Easy. So I've basically had a few messages recently about people basically messaging me about how to help, how they can help push new releases and that kind of stuff. So I basically thought I'd do a little video with 5 things that I know help for artists that don't know that these things help, and also maybe artists that have had this like same kind of messages for them to share with their audience, on things that they can do that really helps when it comes to pushing new releases. So the first one is to follow and turn on notifications on Instagram. So basically how it works is the quicker you engage, the better push something gets. So sites like Instagram, they basically assume that if a post gets a certain amount of traction in a small amount of time, it's going to be popular. So then in turn they push that post even more, so more people get to see it basically, and then it can end up on things like the explore page, which then a lot more eyes get onto it and all that kind of stuff. So basically you turning on notifications, it gives you a better chance of seeing the artist posts as soon as possible after they release it, which then means that you can engage with it quicker, and it's possible for it to get even more of a push than it would if you didn't. Number 2 is to follow or subscribe wherever you listen to music. So much like the first one, the streaming platforms work in exactly the same way. So, but obviously this is not post, it's more specific to a single or a project. So the quicker a song or project gets engagement, the more likely it is to get pushed. Number 3 is to add the song to your own playlist. Now, a lot of people might think that this doesn't help, or a lot of people might have not been aware that this actually helps, but in turn, it's actually quite important. Sites like Spotify specifically, they work on a tier kind of system. So if a song gets a certain amount of listens in a short amount of time, kind of like the first 2, then it has a better chance of going on something called the release radar, which is basically a personalized playlist that they do once every week. I think it's every Friday or something like that. And what they do is they curate a bunch of new songs from artists that person follows. The song doesn't get considered for that playlist if it doesn't get a certain amount of traction within that week. So that's why it's really important to interact and to listen to the music as soon as possible. And then after that, it gets considered for the daily mix playlist now, which is another curated playlist that Spotify do, but this one is like a daily, it's updated daily, and this is based on some of the artists that this person follows, but also music that may be similar to the songs that this person listens to. What this then does, this means that the song is more likely to get to other people that listen to a similar type of music. And then after this, it's got a chance of getting to the big boy playlist, which can actually change an artist's life. It sounds dramatic, but it can really change an artist's life. Adding a song to your own playlist really does help. So number 4 is sharing. It seems simple, but there's actually things that you can do while sharing that really helps. The first one is to not just share once. So if something is shared multiple times on a platform, it's more likely to gain traction. The second thing that you can do that really helps is sharing direct ways of listening to the music. Spotify again specifically has Instagram story option, so you can share the song directly to your Instagram story, which then means that all the person has to do that's watching your story is click, and it takes them straight to the song. And what that does is it means that people can directly and quickly interact with that song. And again, the quicker traction gains on the song, then the more push that it gets on these platforms. The next thing that really helps when sharing is sharing smart links. All artists should really do this, but majority of artists, when they share in a new song or a new project, they'll share a smart link, and basically it's normally a shortened link that links to a landing page where a listener can basically choose where they want to listen to the music. This is for basically, say if you listen to music on Spotify but your friend listens to music on Apple Music, if you're sharing the song and you share that smart link, it gives them the option, rather than sharing the Spotify link and they don't listen to music on Spotify, rather than sharing that link, it gives them the option to then choose where they want to listen to the music, which obviously helps the artist out, because then that person can go on, if they like the song, they might subscribe or follow the artist on that platform, etc, etc. And number 5 is, if you can, spend that £1 or $1 and buy the single, because basically streaming, as I mentioned before, does have the ability to change someone's life, definitely, but it's still a hierarchy. So a purchase is still worth more than one stream, basically. So to get that dollar value or pound value, you'd have to stream, I think maybe like 100 times roundabout to get that £1 or $1, basically. So in turn, you buying and streaming is probably the best thing that you can do for an artist. If you can't afford to, then that's fine. Just stream the music as much as possible. If it's a song that you like, you're probably going to be streaming it anyway. But yeah, that spending that dollar or pound definitely does help in the long run. Yeah, guys, so I hope you learned something from that you probably didn't know. I hope it helped. If you're watching this as a fan of someone's music, I hope it helps you with things that will help people that you want to support. If you're watching as an artist, I hope you learned something new that you didn't know before, that can help push your music, and then you can spread the word to your audience on ways that they can help. This isn't like the be all end all, and I'm sure some of these things will change depending on algorithms in years to come and all that kind of stuff. So if needs be, in the future I'll do an updated version, but these are just 5 small steps that pretty much anybody can do to help independent artists. If you feel like I missed anything, comment below. If you want to know more about anything that I've said, maybe, then just drop me a DM or a message on one of the platforms. It's Denmarc Creary on everything. If I can, I'll answer and point you in the right direction. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you. Till next time. Peace.